Hi there, welcome. Welcome to Homekeepers. Come right on in, my friends. So glad to be with you today and hope you're weathering all the difficult things we're going through right now because, when you have the Lord, you can weather just anything. He said He would see us through, and we're pretty good at talking about that, when things are going right, but it's something you have to believe when you're in the middle of a problem. So I hope you're praying for all those in authority, praying for our nation, praying that we'll get back to normal very, very quickly. Well, Jean and Carol Kent have returned. If you saw about a month ago, they were on with me and we talked about their book. It's amazing. It's a book about marriage, and their marriage has survived great tragedy with their son in prison for life and writing a book together. That probably had a few interesting moments, but it's a very important book, and I hope that you will really pay attention to what they have to say about it and that you will get it. I think marriages need a lot of nurturing nowadays, and sometimes you forget that they need some TLC, some tender loving care. And I'm going to join Stephanie, and she's been trying to help me say pasta fagioli. Oh, that's right, that's right. It's a wonderful soup, and maybe you've had it in some of the Italian restaurants. But we're going to try to fix one today and taste it and see if it's as good as, the people that really know how to make them. So we'll try that and show it to you. But I brought out a book we've offered for several years, and I do it intentionally to bring it out every once in a while. Maybe one of the most important books you'll ever own, and that's Praying Circles Around Your Children. I don't know of any time that's ever been more important than for us to pray for our children and grandchildren. I personally believe I'm still benefiting from the prayers of my grandparents and my parents. And so we're offering you this book for any amount. You can use your credit card, and that information is there, 1-800-229-0059. And also, you can write to us at Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida, 33758. And we'll get it right out to you. And I'm joining Stephanie right now, and it sure smells good over here.
Yes, I've cooked up some Italian sausage. And now I'm taking that out of the pan. I'm going to put some oil in the pan. I'm going to put some onions and garlic. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yes, that's just fine. Now, I have had this probably at Olive Garden.
Oh, this is my favorite soup from Olive Garden.
Is it?
Yes, so I'm very interested to see how this turns out.
I just probably ate it, didn't pay any attention to it, and I did not have sausage in it.
Oh, really?
Right.
Huh, you weren't paying attention.
Yeah. Because that is possibly the main ingredient.
Yeah. So
have you ever fixed it at home?
No, we always just get it from Olive Garden to go and eat it at home. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm just going to saute this up, and then I'm going to put in some water. The ingredient amounts will come up at the end of the segment. You can, if you have a pause button, you can hit the pause button and write it down, or you can get it for free. Yes. Okay. So we have water. We have Great Northern beans that I rinsed and drained. We have a can of tomatoes, a can of broth. Mm-hmm. I cooked up some noodles. We have some spinach and sausage and pepper.
We cook up things a little bit ahead of time sometimes because of our time frame, but
yes.
Actually the macaroni is supposed to cook with the soup, because any soup, you really have to let it simmer.
Yes. Yeah. Let all those flavors get together and let everything. So, right now, it's the craziness of the world. Mm-hmm. People are staying home. It's to stay at home. People are cooking.
They are cooking.
And I love it because I'm posting recipes on my Facebook and everything, and people are so thrilled to get them. Uh-huh. I mean, they're all over the internet, but sometimes you just need an idea.
From what I've learned, there's a lot of good that has come out of this.
I am so excited about everybody cooking. Mm-hmm. I think it's amazing.
Yes. There's some pepper.
Yep, pepper. And then we're going to do water. Mm-hmm. Let me crank this way up.
Yep.
Water and
then the beans that have been drained and rinsed.
Yes. And
boy, this has got the flavors. It's got great.
A can of diced tomatoes with the juice. And then we're going to do a can of chicken broth. And I'm just going to crank this up, and I'm going to let it.
you know, when you live alone, you don't prepare great big meals, suffice it to say.
Yeah.
And I always keep homemade soup, and maybe I'll use this one sometime. Put it in little jars, freeze it.
Little is the key word to that sentence. She brings in these little jars, and there's only like that much in there.
There's
I'm
2
like,
tablespoons.
what does that do for you? I can't, I know I
Fills
need
me
to
up.
work on my portion control. I get that,
Uh-huh.
but I can't imagine that. That's like a bite.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to put the noodles in. And again, you would saute this when you're at home and just let all these flavors
Yes.
get together. Let me put the sausage in.
We're always up against a time.
Yeah. Now, I think
Oh,
the
that is
pasta
looking good.
fagioli I get from Olive Garden has another kind of bean in it, I think,
Yeah.
maybe. So
Would you, you know, try to guess what it is?
No.
Isn't that pretty?
it is pretty. So I have it cranked up.
Now the Parmesan, do you put
It
it
just
on
goes
if it's
on
in
the
the
top.
bowl?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we're just giving it a minute. It really needs a long, let it simmer.
Oh,
let it
yes.
simmer and get all
That
those
looks
flavors.
good, though.
I think it's going to be great. It smells really good. Onions and garlic.
Yep.
So you just let the spinach wilt down. We should have heated that water up is what we should have done. That would have helped. Help speed
well,
up the process.
If this is good, you could freeze a couple tablespoons.
Oh, yeah.
Half a cup.
A couple tablespoons, yes, and have it for a meal.
Half a cup or so.
If she was ever sitting at a table when I was eating my dad's spaghetti, she would probably have a coronary because I have a man-sized
Well,
portion.
I think I told you once before, my husband and I were very young. We're associate pastors in California, and a third of the congregation were Italian.
Yeah, and you used to
And,
eat well.
and you'd sit down there and they'd put a bib on you.
Well, we need bibs too, just because we're messy.
When I
though.
grew up, spaghetti was the meal.
Yeah.
That was the entree.
Yes.
That's the appetizer for an Italian
I
family.
can't even imagine. Okay, you want to try it?
And
Oh. That is going to have the flavor. It just needs to cook
I
for
will
a
make
little
that.
while. That's delicious.
it's wonderful.
It's so good. That's a winner. So easy.
Okay, if you want this recipe, it's coming up on your screen. Get it any way that's convenient for you. And then if you haven't met the Kents, you're going to love them. So stay right with us.
If you would like a copy of today's recipe, you may receive it by contacting us through social media as listed on the screen. When requesting a copy through the mail, be sure to include a self-addressed stamped envelope. Thank you, and please know we always appreciate hearing from our viewers.
Welcome back, my good friends.
Thank you.
Carol and Jean Kent, and they've been through so much, and then they wrote a book together on marriage, and they're still married.
And we're still married.
The proof of the pudding, right there. Right
Oh, it was a labor of love.
there. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall to just hear the discourse.
There
and
were probably some points in putting this book together where I may have come up with some ideas, and Carol said, "Oh, we can't put that in the book." Of course.
Might have sold more.
Yes, that's right.
If you didn't see them the last time they were here, about a month ago, this is their first collaboration together. It's called Staying Power. And I think a perfect book for them to write because of their experience and age. I wouldn't tell honeymooners to try to write this book, but you all have been married 50 years, so
Yes.
that's a good thing. I want to pick up kind of where we left off, but I want to go back to a scene, and I can see it in because I think you wrote it in When I Lay My Isaac Down, which you need to buy. When I Lay My Isaac Down, you need to read that book.
Arthelene,
Carol
you're
Kent.
great. I love your reference to these things.
Well, first time I met Carol, it hadn't been too long
Right.
since
Yes.
their son killed a man and is in prison for life. But the scene you write before that, you were successful. Both of you came from Christian families, probably, I'd say, better marriage than most at that time. And that you were walking in the beautiful state of Michigan, right? Michigan.
Yes.
And you said to your husband, does it get any better than
Yes, does life get any
Yes.
better than this?
this? And it was a matter of days or whatever that this horrible incident happened. And their marriage has endured, and they're very qualified to write such a book. It's called Staying Power, and you can get it through their website, and I certainly recommend it to pastors and to Sunday school teachers and church leaders, and without any reservation at all. I don't know what's more needed today than to, you know, Carol, I used to travel a lot. I'll make a confession here. Sometimes I judge the pastor by his library.
Yes.
And today, I've interviewed so many, and they've done a lot of research and all. If I were a pastor, I'd tap into that, and church leaders and all. And this is one, if you want a good one on marriage. And your marriage survived doing it together.
Yes.
So, okay, Kent, Gene, this is book presents 12 strategies and skill sets.
As we were going through this book with Dave and Cindy Lambert, they're our co-writers with the book, we said, what can we give people that who've just been hit by illness, by financial problems, by a child that's gone astray, but this attack from the outside against our marriage? What can we give them to help them in that first 24 hours, in that first week of when they're struggling with it? Because, boy, they are overwhelmed and they're crying all the time. They don't know the first thing to do, you know, because we didn't. And our other couple co-writers didn't know either. So we came up with, for each of the chapters and each of the points, help sheets that is just a one-page sheet at the back of the book where it just tells people, makes suggestions of what they could do immediately to help their situation. Some resources that they could go to, and
Some websites
Yes,
that they can go
websites.
to. But so many people don't know what to do today
Right.
when they're in the middle of an urgent crisis. And so we've had several Christian leaders who've reviewed early pre-release copies of the book say, well, that's worth the price of the book, because Christian people, couples dealing with these hard things have an action step to take right away so they know where they can get some answers
And that's
and
all
some
in the
help.
back of the book.
Yep.
It is. There are 13 crisis help sheets that will give them something that they can do to get information, to find out what next steps to take, and to get some biblical encouragement as well. So we're very excited that our publisher was willing to put those in.
Yes, and I'm impressed with your publisher,
Yes.
Rebel, which is very fine. I believe in this book you address something that sadly is very prominent today, and that is grandparents raising grandchildren.
yes.
It's not
Yes.
unusual at all for parents to maybe be on drugs or something, and what grandparents not going to step in there?
Exactly. Our co-authors actually had that happen and realized that they had a grandchild who was literally in the grips of danger on an ongoing basis because they were living in a place where there were not only addicted people coming out, but there was some trading going on. And they had to rescue their grandchild out of this very scary situation. And then they were later able to legally have that grandchild live with them. And I'm so happy to say that their precious granddaughter is now in college. She is thriving.
Praise the Lord.
And she is doing well. But that is a situation so many couples didn't ask for. They didn't bring it on themselves, but they realized they needed to step up
They
to the plate
rescued
and
her.
do something. They did rescue her.
And that information in this book is called Staying Power. And I don't know, sometimes I think I hear my viewers out there that some of them are in that boat right now.
Yes.
And it doesn't need to drive a marriage apart. You can have this beautiful common goal of rescuing this child. Sadly,
so
it's not
powerful.
unusual today. Okay, what's a 10-second rule?
You know, do you ever
One.
struggle with decision making, Arthelene? We have sometimes wanted to weigh all aspects of a situation and take 3 or 4 weeks to come to a decision. But when you have a crisis hit your marriage, you need to make a decision sooner than that. And a man by the name of Claire DeGraff came up with what he calls the 10-second rule. And he said, when you're faced with the need to make a decision, look around and ask yourself, what do you think is the next reasonable thing you think Jesus would have you do? And make that decision and in the next 10 seconds and don't look back. Just follow forward with what you know Jesus wants you to do. And so he's really saying, you know, don't hesitate so long that you wind up going on some kind of a rabbit trail. Do the right thing immediately or within 10 seconds and put your mind to it and stick with it.
You know, sometimes we psychoanalyze it to death.
Oh, yeah.
And
You're right about that.
And we say, well, if I decide this, then that's going to happen. If I decide this. But he comes forth with the idea that, especially for believers, that first impression we have is often from God, is impressing our heart that this is what should be done. And he said, and most of the time, though, we will sit there and we'll think about it and think about it for too long, and then we miss that immediate value
that's
of
right.
doing that.
That really is good.
Yes.
And especially if you're really mad about something, and then you think, what would Jesus do? That takes all the air out of that.
It does.
Yeah.
He
You
would
can
not
hear it.
react like
No, he
I would
wouldn't do that.
sometimes react.
He wouldn't
right.
do that. I think that married couples can so hurt each other. And Bible gives you nothing except forgiveness.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
how do you deal with those emotions? You say, oh, I do forgive, but there's still that cauldron just steaming inside.
I know as husbands and wives, sometimes we have, and we talked a little bit about it last time, was that competitive spirit in a marriage. And there is a place for some competition, but for the most part, we have to realize we're on the same team. And I think that's some of what Carol and I realized early on in marriage is I want what's best for her. And I believe in my heart she wants what's best for me. You know, we have to convince each other of that too, that I want what's best for you. And we're not in competition with each other.
I think the other thing we need to realize is that we have different personalities. And
Yes.
sometimes one spouse or the other is what we call a hot reactor. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And you
Isn't
get all
that in the Bible somewhere?
I don't know if it's in the Bible, but I have read that.
I've always heard it.
And what you see is what you get. All emotions are on the table at once. And then some of us are what we call the slow boiler, where we say, oh, that's all right, no problem. And then we're gritting our teeth saying, well, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
And then
That's
all
probably
this,
worse.
I know. And then there comes that moment when it's like hot lava coming out of the top of your head and your husband looks at you and says, oh my goodness, she's having a nervous breakdown. And then another way we respond is to stuff and deny. Like if I pretend this didn't happen, maybe it will go away.
Yes.
And I think I was a little like that after our son was arrested for murder. It was like, I
Not
can't
real.
bear to think about this. And I just would internalize so much and stuff it down, thinking if I don't have to talk about it, if I don't have to live in this reality, maybe it'll just go away like a bad dream. Where Gene was much more rational, and he was.
And I think we both knew
yes.
we needed to talk together.
We needed each other
Because
desperately.
we needed to vent whatever our feelings are about it all. Is, man, how did I mess up as a father? How did I cause this to happen? And then the more we could talk about those things, or she might feel that way, is what did I do wrong as a mother? But we, in talking together about it, can show each other that that's not the case. It's not because of something we did wrong. And
Yeah, as well as I know you, and for something so tragic, I don't know anything more tragic than this. I would put it on the level almost with death. But the way I know you, I don't see how there could be a blame game.
No, I think very soon.
You knew it wasn't his fault.
No.
You knew it wasn't her
Right.
fault.
And I think we needed each other so desperately, or we couldn't even make it through the next day. And one of the things we talk about in this book, in a whole chapter, Arthelene, because we think it's so important, is an articulate silence. In other words, what are those nonverbal things we do for each other that support one another through the hard times? And for me, if Gene just has his hand on my hand or my arm, or if he brings me my coffee in the morning and rubs my feet, I mean, that gets him big points.
I'm telling you, all the women in television land are jealous of Carol right now.
But there are those small things that we know our spouse appreciates, and it might be just setting the atmosphere in a room, lighting a candle, having a Bible open. Like the other day, just this past week, Gene got out our favorite devotional book, and he started to read to me. And it's those tiny things where you're not asking for somebody to go do something for you, but you know out of the love of their heart for you, they're supporting you because you know you are in this whole thing together, whatever it is. Maybe it's caring for your aging parents, or you're in a situation where you're in a job that is not working out well and it is causing you financial difficulties and lots of stress on the marriage. And it's so good to know you're not alone.
But you're in it together. That's
Yes.
what, I think that's a point that needs to be made. We're talking about staying power, a book whose time has come. I am not kidding you. And I would just advise it for anybody who is married. I would advise it for church leaders and so forth. It is so important for today's climate. Now, we're almost out of time, but I'd like you to address nurturing a relationship. I think people get so busy, and then when the first kid comes along, and the second kid, and you got the diapers, get them to school, you got to work, you know, pay the bills and all, and the marriage is floundering, and they don't even know it.
No, and I think that points up one problem that many marriages have today, is we don't study each other enough. We don't understand each other enough as a husband and wife about what are the things that I can do for her that just improve our love relationship, that improve our communication. What can she do for me? You know, there's a famous book about it called The 5 Love Languages, and all of us have those things that prove your love, and we're not trying to prove it, but that.
You got to figure out what it is. Right?
Yes, we do, and we need to study each other enough to understand what those things are. You know, sometimes she thinks I can read her mind. I can't read her mind.
And Arthelene, it's so important. As we were writing this book, we realized that one of the keys for us is to recognize that on certain days, one of us is strong and one of us is faltering a little. We're struggling. And it will go back and forth sometimes. And that's when Gene might say, honey, go out for lunch with one of your girlfriends. I have this under control today. You need a break.
You're a good one.
He is a very
Better
good
hang
one.
on to him.
Or I'll know.
But you can only go to McDonald's, right?
Yeah, but you had the thought that counts.
But to give each other a chance to have a timeout is really important. And that's how we nurture one another. It's a way of saying, I love you, I know you need a break, and you have my full permission to go take a break, and I'll take care of the heaviness of what we're going through right now, because it is tough.
And that date night out.
Yes.
Very
Yes,
good. Yeah.
That can be McDonald's, that can be whatever, but I really do believe that we live in a very high kind of pressure cooker type of culture, and the virus that has plagued the nation
Yes.
has really been a blessing in the sense that it's made us step back and kind of look and see what's really important. I'll tell you what's important. It's this book. And we are out of time, but you're going to you made it through this book, maybe we write another one.
Maybe.
After a while.
But
Sort of
it's
like having a baby. You're not ready to start another one right away.
like these are the labor pains, right? It's called Staying Power, and I highly recommend it. You stay with me. I have a couple things to say before we have to say goodbye.
Arthelene would like you to keep the following information handy. You may contact Homekeepers by writing to Homekeepers, P.O. Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758, or go to www.rippy.org. Remember, we always enjoy hearing from our viewers, and we thank you for your support.
Okay, let me remind you again that we're offering on this program praying circles around your children. I like to bring this out every few months because I think it's one of the most important things we've ever offered, and the information is on your screen. You can write to me, or you can call the 800 number, and we will get it right out to you. We do have them in stock right now. Well, I'm certain that you have enjoyed Jean and Carol Kent the last 2 months. We talked about the book that they wrote together, and it's interesting, their marriage survived great tragedy with their son in prison for life, and that kind of thing very, very often tears couples apart, but they also survived writing a book together. And for all you who are watching right now and you are married, do you ever just sit back and just think about your marriage and take stock, see what's happening? Living in the high pressure cooker kind of culture that we have in America, you can kind of go on autopilot, but that's not a good idea in a marriage. And it's a good time to sit and meditate on what is going on in your own home. And I've mentioned before, ladies, from what I've learned, and I've been around a long time, men really love to be respected and complimented. What if you compliment your husband tonight when he comes home? Tell him thank you for working so hard for the family. Just, you know, a lot of times just some common courtesy can come back into marriage, a relationship that's gotten really stale. So think about it and think what can you do to make it better. A lot of people are married for a long time, and usually that indicates they did something right. So take a look at it and see what you find. And I hope you'll join me next time, remembering there's no higher calling than that of a homekeeper. God bless you.
If you should miss a Homekeepers program, you can catch up by going to www.ctnonline.com. Click on CTN Programs and then on Homekeepers.